Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Delon Wright says he fraternized with Miami Heat players during playoff series against them. Delon Wright had ties to the Miami Heat organization even before he recently joined them. In fact, he hung out with some of their players even though he was their opponent in a playoff series. Back in 2016, while a rookie with the Toronto Raptors, Wright was facing the Heat in the Eastern Conference semifinals while his brother Dorell was a player with Miami. "I even hung out with the team, Udonis Haslem, D-Wade, Dwayne Wade, my brother, a few of the other guys, when I was on the other team," Wright said. "I couldn't really tell anybody because we were in the middle of a playoff battle." Delon Wright said he did draw the line at visiting the Heat family room when his brother's wife tried to take him there. "I was like, I don't think I should be up here right now," Delon Wright said. "I don't think the Heat organization would like that. I definitely know that that's not a good thing to be doing in the middle of a playoff battle." Dorell Wright did not play for Miami during the 2015-16 regular season but signed with it in April 2016 and took part in their two playoff series. The Raptors and Delon Wright eliminated the Heat with a Game 7 victory and went on to lose the Eastern Conference Finals to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dorell Wright hasn't played in the NBA since then, but Delon Wright has continued his career and signed with the Heat earlier this month after being bought out by the Washington Wizards. The 31-year-old averaged 4.1 points, 1.8 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game in 33 appearances for the Wizards this season. Dorell Wright played for the Heat from the 2004-2005 season through the 2009-10 campaign. Delon Wright recently made his Heat debut and afterward used social media to express his gratitude. He scored 13 points against the Sacramento Kings as he was needed in the starting lineup with Jimmy Butler, Nikola Jovic and Thomas Bryant serving NBA suspensions and Tyler Herro and Terry Rozier among those unavailable because of injuries. With Butler, Jovic and Rozier back in action, Delon Wright scored 2 points against the Portland Trail Blazers on Tuesday. The 106-96 victory was Miami's fifth in a row. The Heat have won 9 of 11 games following a 7-game losing streak. They have a 33-25 record and are in 5th place in the Eastern Conference entering their game against the Denver Nuggets on Thursday. It is a rematch of the 2023 NBA Finals, which the Nuggets won in 5 games. Now, Delon Wright will try to help the Heat get back to the playoffs and make another run at the championship. Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade reveal how jersey debacle botched Heat trade. Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul never played a minute together in the NBA. However, it appears they once had a chance back when they both played. Paul and Wade discussed how they had discussed joining forces with the Miami Heat. However, a jersey debacle nixed it. Paul and Wade discussed the debacle on Wade's YouTube channel. This is how Wade recalled the situation. "We talk about all this, who gonna have the ball, we can all play together, CP, I can play off the ball, we figured all that out. Then somebody said, well, who gonna wear number 3? Silence. Messed the whole trade up because CP couldn't wear number 3 in Miami." The two then recalled how the conversation ended any possibility of the two playing together. Paul suggested that Wade wear number 33, to which Wade responded, "No, no, no. See, this is the conversation we're having," and I'm like, "That's my number." He's like, "Well, that's my number." Neither side brought up which year this happened, but it likely took place between 2010 and 2014 when LeBron James played for the Heat. It likely happened either when Paul demanded a trade from New Orleans in 2011 or former NBA star Gilbert Arenas claimed that it wasn't a jersey debacle with Dwayne Wade that nixed Chris Paul's trade to Miami. Furthermore, he claimed that the Heat had discussed trading LeBron James to New Orleans. Let's rewind back to 2010-11 when they lost to Dallas. What was the reason they lost to Dallas? Because, who played bad? Who didn't fit well with the other two? So yeah, Miami was thinking about trading, and it wasn't Chris Bosh at that time. Because, right then, it was who's fighting over power? Arenas said on Nightcap, per the show's X account. James did not perform up to standards when the Heat lost to the Mavericks in the 2011 NBA Finals. In 6 games, James averaged 17.8 points while shooting 47.8% from the field and 32.1% from three. Paul requested a trade from New Orleans the following season. Following a rescinded trade to the Lakers, Paul found himself on the Clippers. On the February 22 episode of The Dan Le Batard Show, Amin El-Sasson told Paul Pierce that some NBA players told him that they would take him over Dwayne Wade. Dan, I'ma say this about Paul. Paul, I said this, when you said Dwayne Wade, you made your comparison to Dwayne Wade's career, everyone went crazy. I said, what Paul said is something that a lot of NBA players think. And I'm not even agreeing with you, to be honest, but I understood what you were saying was from the heart and the truth because I know there are a lot of players who think that but aren't brave enough to say it out loud. Paul Pierce has claimed in the past that he had a better career than Wade. He cited that Wade played with LeBron and Shaquille O'Neal when they were in their primes. While Pierce played with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, he said they joined forces just as they were falling out of their prime. Out versus Denver, Heat's Herro forges through injury, rumors, role change. He offers insight. Tyler Herro was dressed and ready to play in this downtown Denver arena last June, waiting for a coach's call that never came. The NBA Finals ended that night, with Herro medically cleared to play but his coach opting not to inject him into the cauldron of a series-deciding game after nearly 2 months on the shelf with a broken hand. Herro returned to Denver again hobbled on Thursday, this time with a hyperextended left knee that had him sidelined for Thursday's Finals rematch. Initially listed as questionable for Thursday's game, Herro was downgraded to out at midday Thursday. If the NBA distributed awards for adversity, Herro's mantle would be full. There was the agony of breaking his hand in the playoff opener against Milwaukee, on a hustle play diving to the floor, and not being able to participate in last season's run to the NBA Finals. There was the anxiety of a summer of rumors, of being constantly linked to a trade for Damian Lillard, one that never gained legs because of Portland's disinterest. There was the disappointment of the early season ankle injury that torpedoed an exceptional start and cost him 18 games. There was the 7-game losing streak where Herro essentially replaced the since jettisoned Kyle Lowry as the Heat scapegoat target on social media, at least for a couple of weeks before that criticism subsided. There was the foot Wright discomfort that irritated him coming out of the All-Star, and now the knee injury sustained late on Friday in New Orleans, leaving him sidelined for wins in Sacramento and Portland. Along the way, he acquiesced to requests from the coaches to shoot more threes and fewer mid-range shots. He adjusted his shot diet based on whether Jimmy Butler was playing or not. And while conceding he preferred the substitution pattern from earlier in the season, he cheerfully accepted Eric Spoelstra's rotation tweaks that recently left him on the bench to start the fourth quarter. Amid the trade drama, injuries and other issues, say this for Herro, he has handled everything professionally, never expressing any discontent and never expressing a desire to be anywhere but Miami. Obviously, I'm young and ambitious and would love to do more and be part of more, but sometimes you just can't think about myself, he said. It's understanding we're here to win a championship this season. I'm just going about my day, being grateful and happy to be here. Has there been internal growth putting aside personal goals for the team? Definitely, as you get older, you get more mature and play the right way, he said. Not that I haven't in the past. But, I'm more conscious of it and understanding what it takes to win. Don't get so caught in the now. Here's one way of framing what Herro is asked to do. When Butler and Adebayo play, Herro is expected to shoot more threes, unless he gets to the rim. When Butler is sidelined, Herro knows he has the green light to take more mid-range shots. When Butler plays, it lessens it a little bit with the load of having the ball in my hand, which everyone knows I love, having the ball in my hand, being able to attack and play make. It's an adjustment. Is he still trying to figure it out? For sure, he said. I'm not caught up in how I envision myself playing. It's a fine line of winning a championship and also having personal goals. Trying to feed into the team while I can still be myself and still play my game. And understanding next year might not be the same roster and same circumstances. Kevin Love looks at Herro and sees himself in this regard. Like Herro, Love needed to change his role offensively to play alongside LeBron James and Kyrie Irving in Cleveland. And like Herro, I've been in trade rumors every offseason, Love said. I've been him. I was the third guy. I played in the paint and in the interior my whole career, and I was asked when I got to Cleveland to play on the perimeter. I was asked to do a lot of things that maybe I was uncomfortable with or wasn't used to. I had to acclimate or find how I could best impact the team with a big three, but two guys who were going to get the highest usage rate in LeBron and Kyrie. I've been in his position many times before and he has handled it very well. His maturity has really impressed me. And now comes another stretch that could determine his Heat future. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Tyler Herro? Leave your opinion in the comments.